Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the third annual induction ceremony for the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. I'm An Yang and I am the morning anchor for NBC4 here in Washington, D.C. and host of Foodies DC. I am happy to be back as your MC for the third year, and this event is sold out. So today we are here to honor 5 business leaders who have not only enriched the corporate climate here in Montgomery County, but have advanced and enhanced the county's quality of life, making it a wonderful place in which to live and work and visit and go to school and raise a family. It is a national model for high-growth counties around the U.S. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here's Larry Rosenblum.
So on behalf of the partners at Grossberg Company, H.L. Ward, CEO of Monument Bank, and the board members of Monument, we welcome you and sincerely thank you, and we're very grateful for your support. We began the Hall of Fame to do 2 things. One, obviously recognize the county's extraordinary business leaders, and 2, to raise money for the USG scholarships. It's not a surprise that these 2 issues are closely linked. Think about it. The business community and education community are codependent and can't live without each other. We supply the jobs, and they supply the educated workforce. In Montgomery County, it's a great marriage. The Hall of Fame now, with its 16 members after today, are not just a passive group with pictures on the wall. No, they're very active in our mission to raise money for USG. We take this very seriously. What better way to preserve their legacy than by helping to ensure a good education for our future business leaders? We all share the same passion. To that end, we're very proud to report that over these 3 years, we have now raised in excess of $400,000. Our host for the Hall of Fame since the beginning has been Stu Edelstein, the Executive Director of USG. I can't think of a better and more willing partner who helps us succeed every year. It's my pleasure to introduce Stu Edelstein.
First, let me offer my congratulations to all of this year's Hall of Fame awardees. You are truly the role models for students here at USG. In collaboration with our 9 university partners, USG provides a high-quality educational experience with a focus that meets the needs of the region and is designed to support the workforce and economic development in the state. Everything about USG is aimed at helping students complete their degree and advance their careers. Students at USG are able to complete their education in a cost-effective and timely manner close to home. Collaborations with our many partners in business, government, healthcare, and education allow USG to continually monitor and support workforce needs and incorporate new programs to meet growing demand. In this sense, USG operates at the very intersection of industry and higher education. As such, we are the ideal location to host the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame, and with the support USG scholarship programs will receive from the Hall of Fame proceeds, the innovative partnerships we have established will grow and flourish in the years to come. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, William Britt Kerwin.
I've had the pleasure of attending all of the previous Hall of Fame ceremonies, and I have found them such inspiring events because as a community, we come together to recognize and celebrate exceptional business leaders who have made transformational contributions to advancing the economy of Montgomery County and the state. And as I said, we also raise scholarships. But first and foremost, I want to thank all of you here today. And I've seen so many friends and people who've made such a difference in my life and in the University System of Maryland's life. I want to thank you for all the support you've given. Indeed, I would say the key to the success we've achieved in the system has been the ability to align our priorities within the system with those of state leaders across Maryland, and with members of the business and civic communities like those in this room. But the issues I want to highlight this morning are how the system has worked in close partnership with the business community and state leaders to help position our state as an economic powerhouse in this innovation economy. As I've often observed, any lines of demarcation that separated the world of business and the world of higher education in past decades have been obliterated. In today's economy, where knowledge and skill are the coin of the realm, business and higher education must be inextricably linked. It is in that spirit that the system committed itself to meeting key workforce demands, partnering directly with businesses to foster economic growth and enhancing our institutions' direct economic impact. I and others have talked a lot about making Maryland the Silicon Valley of cybersecurity. And as you know, we just took a big step to make this vision a reality. NIST just announced that the USM and MITRE will partner to run the nation's first federally funded research and development center in cybersecurity. The economic impact of this center will be enormous, $200 million over the next 2 years, and growing from there. The center will focus on standards in cybersecurity for both the government and the private sector. The economic ripple effect of this center for the county will be profound. So that's the story of some of the progress we're making in the system, the county, and the state, and I'm sticking to it.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett. Ike is a civil rights leader, a decorated Vietnam veteran, a White House fellow, the first African American elected to the Montgomery County Council, and Montgomery County's first African American county executive.
We are a wonderful place in which to live, to work, to raise a family. But it's been made possible by our awardees and by all the people who contributed so much in the business community to help Montgomery County to be the place that it is today. This is not to suggest that we not have challenges ahead, but those challenges and our accomplishments are, compared to others, are much, much better because of what you've done. I want to acknowledge and thank you for what you've done. I also want to acknowledge and thank the organizers of today's event, Larry Rosenblum and H.L. Ward, for coming up with this idea, working with the universities to make certain that we see and understand that, one, we can acknowledge the contributions of those who made it possible for us to enjoy so much in our county, but also to give back to the education community as well. And also to acknowledge the sponsors. This is a successful event. We can continue to do more and much better in order to enhance the potential for our young people who are attending school here. I am delighted that we have this event, delighted the contribution that business has made. More importantly, I'm delighted about the future and what we can do going forward.
We want to now introduce one of Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame scholarship recipients. Yannick Joof is a student at the Robert H. Smith School of Business at the University of Maryland College Park. We know he's very smart. Yannick is from Senegal, attended Richard Montgomery High School in Rockville, and went to Montgomery College before he was accepted at the School of Business. He is currently an immigration activist working in policy and education. Please join me in welcoming Yannick to the stage, and by congratulating him, also congratulating all of Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame's scholarship recipients.
Here at the universities at Shady Grove, I have been able to continue my journey to getting my bachelor's degree at the Smith School of Business. So in the future, I can continue to improve upon and influence the lives of those around me and in my community. College tuition is extremely high, extremely high. And sometimes the donors never fully understand the tremendous impact that their generous actions have on students. It would have been almost impossible for me to pay my tuition without having a scholarship. I do not qualify for FAFSA because I am a dreamer. I'm here to tell you that your investment is very much appreciated, and that as a student and It is just what I and others in my position need. The investment itself is the belief that we, as students, have the potential to exceed expectations and become extremely successful. You are not just giving us tuition, but the confidence that comes with being invested in. On behalf of all the recipients, thank you for your belief in us, your generosity, and your financial investment. Not only do I appreciate this scholarship from the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame, but my mother does as well, because that's who I'm doing it for. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate our first honoree, Mark Choi.
It is difficult to express how honored I am to have been selected for membership in the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. Thank you very much. I very appreciate this honor. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Dottie Fitzgerald.
This is a wonderful award, and I'm very honored to receive it. It made all the sweeter to receiving it with Mark and Annie and Ola and David. What a nice group to be in the middle of. Now, since everybody else has been brief, and I think of this award as being like an Oscar for business, I now want to thank every person I've ever known in my entire life. Make sure Larry's still breathing over there, if you would. But I truly do want to express how grateful I am. My brother and I were very fortunate. We had parents that led by example, that blessed us with a strong moral code and an even stronger work ethic. And I have to thank Jack, of course, whose leadership and vision has provided us with a place where we can all flourish and make a difference in our own lives and then a difference in the lives of others.
Russ Phillips and Ivan Silverman will be accepting this award on behalf of David Resnick.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending. My name is Russ Phillips, and I'm a partner at Cohn Resnick. For those of you who have met David, is to know how passionate he is about those he helps. I've had the pleasure of working at the firm for 20 years, and alongside of David, much of that. And it's just, I know he wishes he could be here, but to know that if he were here, there's no way you would get him off the stage in less than 2 minutes. So. Right now, I would like to introduce you to one of the founding co-founders of Resnick, Feder, and Silverman 40 years ago, Ivan Silverman.
David and I go back as far back as to high school, and we have been friends. Not only have we been friends all of these years, but partners in our accounting practice. And I think in this society that we live in, that's a very unusual situation. David has a very warm personality, and he has a great sense of humor. Clients and people feel very comfortable with him when he renders advice to them. His leadership in affordable housing has made what our accounting practice is today. Russ and I are very thrilled to be able to accept this award on David's behalf. We thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Ola Sage.
I am extremely thankful. I do want to just start by thanking God for blessing me with this incredible privilege. And to my parents and family for just encouraging my entrepreneurial drive, which ultimately led me to start my own business right here in Montgomery County 15 years ago, as you heard. So to the Grossberg Company, Monument Bank, the nominating committee, and all who've been involved with this incredible experience, I really want to thank you for your vote of confidence in inducting me in this Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. This is an amazing county, as all of you know, so I don't need to tell you. I also want to just thank our customers who, as Dottie said, if we didn't have customers, we wouldn't be here. And I'm especially pleased today we have one of our longest standing customers here. So thank you, Jean. To my business partner and brother, Bambo, who's been with me for 14 of the 15 years through thick and thin. I don't know what I would have done without him, but thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our final honoree of the afternoon, Annie Toda.
I would like to congratulate all the other honorees this afternoon, as well as I salute all the past honorees, and hopefully what we have done will be an inspiration to the more than 4,000 students who are studying on this campus. I also would like to salute the founders of this great idea, Larry Rosenbluth, as well as H.L. Ward, who had the vision to start this event and give back to the University of Maryland what they received. I believe that's a fabulous way. And by doing so, they are enticing us to be part of this great endeavor. And last but not least, I accept this award with humility and pride, and as a constant reminder of the work that lies ahead for me to do to bring in brighter tomorrows for so many causes, including family and friends, my fellow citizens, as well as Montgomery County and Maryland.
Thank you once again for being here and making this event possible. Thank you to our sponsors again this afternoon for your constant support and your continued support, and Larry expects you to continue with that as well, of course. So I know that you want to spend the rest of the afternoon speaking with your friends, getting together, networking, so I will say good afternoon, have a great day, and see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I know you'll be up with me.